Out in the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula, a new kind of power is being built. But you know what? It's not rising from oil rigs. No, this power is being assembled from code, data, and concrete. And that brings us to the big question we're tackling today. We're talking about a massive, strategic pivot away from fossil fuels and toward a future where national power is measured not in oil barrels, but in terabytes and technological influence. It's an incredibly high-stakes gamble, and believe me, the consequences are global. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get into why this change is happening in the first place. Then, we'll explore how these futuristic cities are actually being engineered, what life inside them is supposed to be like, and, this is key, how they're used to project power across the world. Finally, we'll size up the massive risks and talk about the real endgame. To really get what these nations are building, we first have to understand the problem they are desperately trying to solve. You see, the age of oil, the very source of all their incredible wealth, well, it has an expiration date. And look, this wasn't some snap decision. It's been decades in the making. The oil boom of the 70s created unbelievable wealth, sure, but it also created a huge vulnerability, an entire economy hooked on a single resource. By the 2000s, the pressure was really on. The world was shifting to green energy, and they had a massive youth population that needed jobs. This all led to a crucial turning point, these big national strategies like Saudi Vision 2030. And these aren't just dry economic plans, they're basically blueprints for national survival, a deliberate push to reframe their entire identity for a world that's moving beyond oil. So, what's the solution when your whole economy is built on something that's going to run out? Well, their answer is pretty audacious. You engineer a new one. From the ground up. You build these hyper-advanced cities from scratch, and you design them to be the new engines of your economy. But let's be clear, these aren't just regular cities with a little tech sprinkled on top. No way. They are fundamentally integrated systems. Here, AI isn't just some app. It's the city's operating system, managing the power grid and traffic flow. The Internet of Things isn't just a bunch of smart gadgets. It's a massive web of sensors monitoring literally everything, from waste collection to water usage. It's all connected, constantly being optimized, and running on a super-fast 5G network. Right at the heart of all this is the Internet of Things, or IoT. The best way to think of it is as the city's central nervous system. It's what makes projects like Qatar's Lusail City or Oman's new Sultan Haytham City smart. This huge network of sensors collects data on everything, which allows the city to respond and adapt in real time, automating systems that used to be completely manual. But all this incredible technology, it serves a very specific purpose. These cities are being meticulously designed to be magnets for the world's best and brightest people. This is all about creating a competitive advantage in the global race for talent. So how do you convince top engineers, artists, and entrepreneurs to move? You offer them an unparalleled quality of life. We're talking about cities designed to be walkable and green, like the plan for that massive park in Sultan Haytham City. It means getting government services seamlessly on your phone. It means a commute with no traffic jams thanks to AI and autonomous vehicles. And it means sustainable infrastructure, like the energy-positive buildings in Masdar City that actually generate more power than they consume. It's a pretty compelling pitch. But attracting talent is only part of the story. These cities are also designed to project power on the global stage. And I don't mean military might. I'm talking about influence and attraction, what political scientists call soft power. And you know what? The strategy is working. According to the Global Soft Power Index, the UAE now ranks 10th in the world. Just think about that. That puts it ahead of countries like Switzerland and South Korea in its ability to influence global affairs through persuasion, not force. Saudi Arabia and Qatar have also shot up the rankings. This is no accident. It is the direct result of a deliberate, well-funded strategy to reshape their global image and, with it, their geopolitical importance. These smart cities, they're basically giant platforms. They are the stages where these nations deploy their soft power. Hosting the world for COP28 or the World Cup completely changes perceptions. Building a Louvre in the desert or a massive sustainable resort like the Red Sea Project recasts you as a center for culture, not just commerce. This is a highly calculated effort to shift the global narrative away from oil and toward innovation and influence. But make no mistake, this is a monumental gamble. The amount of money being invested is just astronomical, and the risks are every bit as significant as the potential rewards. To put the economic scale into perspective, right now the market for AI-enabled smart cities in the GCC is already valued at $25 billion, and that number is climbing fast. Now, what's really crucial to understand is that this isn't a normal real estate boom driven by private companies. Not at all. The government is firmly in the driver's seat. These are state-led, top-down national strategies. They're seen as critical national infrastructure, on the same level as an airport or a power grid. And this brings us right to the core tension of this whole story. The promise is enormous, right? A diversified, tech-driven economy that leads the world. But the peril is equally daunting. The upfront money required is just staggering. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars. And when you build a city that monitors everything, you raise some very serious questions about data privacy and surveillance. If they get that balance wrong, these utopian dreams could turn into very expensive failures. So what does this all add up to? Well, when you look past the gleaming architectural renderings and the ambitious timelines, you see something profound taking shape. This isn't just about urban planning. It's really about the evolution of how a nation builds and projects power. You know, this quote really captures the essence of it all. This is a proactive, deliberate, and incredibly ambitious effort to literally construct a new reality. They're not just waiting for the post-oil future to arrive. They are building it, brick by brick and line of code by line of code. And that leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about. In an era where data is arguably more valuable than oil, are these hyper-connected, AI-driven urban centers becoming the new primary instruments of national power and geopolitical influence? The answer to that question is going to define not just the future of the Gulf, but maybe the future of cities and states all around the world.